It's become the funhouse in the Inner Harbor. For 3 games, the Yankees have sprinkled the extraordinary into an otherwise ordinary series. Feats destined for end-of-the-season highlight reels have helped the Bombers to 3 scintillating, heart-thumping, fist-pumping wins. And as if you have not seen enough, last night's game had an ending for the ages. If all of this has you run down and stumbling, I'll keep smiling. Game 4 is next as the Bombers go for the sweep. Yankees Orioles next on Yes. Another hot and humid day here in Baltimore as we prepare for the final game of this 4-game set. And this afternoon, the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. The New York Yankees take on the Baltimore Orioles in Game 4 of this 4-game series from Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball. Along with Ken Singleton, I'm Michael Kay. Well, the Yankees have taken the first 3 games of this series, and if you missed last night, what's wrong with you? What an unbelievable game. Look at some of the things that happened. First off, the Yankees win 5-4 and 12. Bottom of the first inning, the Orioles bat out of order. Top of the 5th, top of the 7th, Flaherty solo home runs, and he's backing up Jorge Posada behind the plate. DeLucci makes an unbelievable catch in the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the 9th inning against Rivera. Yankees leading 4-3. Matos a game-tying home run. Top of the 12th, Giambi a solo home run. And the bottom of the 12th inning, Jack Cuss tagged out at home plate after a long rundown. An amazing array of events there, Kenny. So let's take them as we can. First, batting out of order. What went on there?
Well, I think there was a screw-up on the scoreboard, first of all, and the players on the Orioles dugout, Batista and Gibbons, the 2 that were involved, well, they batted out of order, batted out of turn, and then they fixed it again after that. So it was kind of a weird situation right at the start of the ball game.
And it did cost the Yankees a run because if they would have appealed or protested in the first inning, the run would have been taken off the board. Things might have been a little bit different. Now let's fast forward all the way to the 12th inning. The Yankees have the disappointment of having Mariano blow the save, and then Jason Giambi, who really has been on a little bit of a hot streak, he puts the Yankees ahead.
Yeah, one thing I don't understand as far as the Orioles are concerned, Giambi's up there with 2 outs and nobody on base. You can pitch this guy very carefully. They do not. Hector Carrasco gets a pitch right in there. Giambi hits one into the center field bleachers, and the Yankees are on top 5-4. I think if I were on the mound, he wouldn't have got a pitch that good to hit.
Unbelievable. He leads the American League in home runs, but it wasn't over because with 2 outs in the bottom of the 12th inning, Jeff Nelson is on the mound. Jack Cust is at first base, and Kenny take it from there.
Well, Jack Cust is at first base, and Larry Bigby's at the plate. He runs one towards the gap in right center field. The fact is the Yankee outfielders are playing deep. This ball does not get to the wall. Here comes Cust around third. He falls down, not one time. Now he's in a rundown. Aaron Boone gets the ball to Posada, but there's going to be nobody covering home plate. Now the race is on, and Cust is going to come up short. He falls down for the 2nd time, is tagged out, and there's your ball game.
Unbelievable game. So the Yankees won the 3rd game of the 3-game set, and today they go for the sweep. So let's look now at the pitching matchup in today's game, brought to you by Infinity, makers of innovative high-performance premium vehicles.
Mike Mussina gets a start for the Yankees today, looking for his 14th victory of the year. That would lead the staff. And Rodrigo Lopez, 5-7, will be pitching for the Baltimore Orioles.
Well, it should be fun if it's anything like the other 3. You can't even turn that channel. Stay right here. Mike Mussina returns to Camden Yards. He had some of his greatest years as an Oriole. Yankees Orioles coming up next on Yes. And it is a beautiful day here in Camden Yards, and another sellout crowd, the 3rd straight sellout crowd for the Yankees and the Orioles. And the first game was about 42,000, so they have certainly packed them in at this jewel of a ballpark in the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. The Yankees are trying for the sweep. Rodrigo Lopez has led his team onto the field. He's about to take his warm-up tosses, so why don't we take a look at the Yankees starting lineup. The second baseman is Alfonso Soriano. He'll lead off. Batting second and playing first base, Nick Johnson. Derek Jeter, the shortstop, is going to hit third. 4 for 7. That's 571 with 1 home run against Lopez. Jason Giambi will DH, and he'll clean up. Batting fifth and playing center field, Bernie Williams. The number 6 hitter, the left fielder, Hideki Matsui. Jorge Posada will catch. He'll bat seventh. Batting eighth and playing third base, Aaron Boone. And Karim Garcia is in right field this afternoon. He'll bat ninth.
In his rookie season a year ago, Rodrigo Lopez led the Orioles in victories with 15. This year, not so good. He spent some time on the DL. This will be his 19th start. 5-7 record, 5.62 ERA, more than a hit per inning, 13 home runs, 27 walks against 70 strikeouts. The pitching scouting report is brought to you by the Bank of America. All 5 of his wins have come here at Camden Yards. The opponents this year are batting .311 against him. And the numbers favor the Yankees. Not only Derek Jeter has good numbers against Rodrigo Lopez, but several of the Yankees have hit him well in the past.
Let's take a look at the Orioles defense behind Lopez. Bigby's in left, Matos in center, and Gibbons over and right. In the infield, it's Batista at third, Cruz at short, Ryan Roberts at second, and B.J. Surhoff is the first baseman. Robert Machado makes his 9th start behind the plate this year. And on the mound, as Kenny mentioned, Rodrigo Lopez. So we are ready for baseball. Alfonso Soriano will dig in. The Yankees have won the first 3 games of this series, all in extraordinary fashion, all in very scintillating fashion. Mike Victor's behind the plate. Jeff Nelson's at first. Tim Cheetah, the crew chief, is at second. Alfonso Marquez is the third base ump. And the pitch to Soriano is a little bit low. Yankee baseball is available in Spanish. All you have to do is hit the SAP button on your television, and there you have it. Kenny, I don't know if this game measures up to the other 3 if I could take it. I just don't know if I can handle it.
Well, let's put it this way. The other games have been long.
And that one's a long drive to left field, and that is going to be a base hit. It bounces into the seats, and the Yankees start out with a ground rule double by Soriano.
So they almost went into the morning. It was morning by the time you got back home each night. It'll still be light when this one finishes.
Let's hope.
Well, let's hope. Yankees off to a good start. Moving fastball. Soriano's quick inside. Rips it to the corner. The ball's going to end up on the rubberized warning track and bounce it to the seats. Yeah, they're trying to crowd him. Soriano has been 2 for 17 in this series. He is now 1 for his last 1 with a booming double to left field.
Soriano's at second. Nick Johnson wants to pull the ball to get Soriano over to third. And he hits it the other way foul. Johnson in this series has shown why the Yankees have thought so highly of him. He's got such an incredible amount of patience at the plate. He gets 2 strikes on him. He doesn't panic. He works the count full, it seems like, all the time. He's just done a very good job in this series, and since he's come back off the DL.
Well, to make your point, Michael, Nick Johnson has walked 6 times in the last 2 games.
49 walks for the season, just 35 strikeouts. There's a soft ground ball to second base. He gets the job done. Soriano's at third. Johnson's out at first. 1 away.
We mentioned the Yankee hitters that have hit Lopez well, and Soriano is one of them. He is now 5 for 8 in his career against Lopez.
Here's Derek Jeter as the Orioles will now bring in the infield to try to cut off the run.
You know, this is an amazing move early in the game. It would tell you that Mike Hargrove does not expect his team to score very many runs today against Mike Mussina.
Hargrove's team has lost 6 in a row. So he's trying to stop that. Jeter's trying to extend a 7-game hitting streak. He hasn't been red hot during the streak. About a hit a game. 9 for 32. That's 281. The 1-0. Inside 2-0.
Yankees would take a fly ball here. Fairly deep to the outfield. Lopez is a fly ball pitcher.
Well, the Yankees certainly like playing on the road. They love playing here at Camden Yards. And their record on the road is the best in baseball, 41-23. And that's well above that of Seattle at 36-22. Lopez has not allowed a first-inning run in his last 9 starts, so that's in jeopardy. Jeter swings through the fastball, 2-2. Yankees also now are at 74-47 on the season. That's the best American League record and the second best record in baseball. Only Atlanta is better at 80-42. So for all the problems that we keep detailing, they have the best record in the American League and second best in the bigs. And the 2-2. Just missed outside. Jeter looks it right into the glove of Machado. And Lopez looks into home plate umpire Mike Victor.
Yeah, he took a few steps towards home plate. That's usually an indication that a pitcher is not happy with the result of the call. Tried to get enough movement to the corner. Machado tried to bring the ball back, but that was definitely outside.
There's a line drive, base hit to center field, an RBI single for Derek Jeter. Soriano scores, and the Yankees have a 1-0 lead. Jeter now has an 8-game hitting streak.
Doesn't waste any time extending the streak and also drives in a run. And what was the streak that Lopez had going? Last 9 starts and not allowed a first-inning run. Well, that's out the window as well. Derek Jeter with an RBI single. Been one of the best hitters on the Yankees all season long with runners in scoring position.
Now has 39 runs batted, and remember, he missed 36 games because of the dislocated left shoulder. Here's Jason Giambi, big home run in the 12th inning last night, and that was the margin of difference in the Yankees' 5-4 victory over the Orioles. Jason 8 for 22 on this trip. He has the average now over 270. Leads the American League with 35 home runs. High drive to right field. Going back is Gibbons, and he'll make the play on the track for the second out of the inning as Jeter retreats.
Yeah, anytime Giambi hits the ball towards right field, whether it's a Yankee Stadium or here at Camden Yards where it's fairly short, brings a rise out of the crowd. And I expect that he didn't hit this one particularly well, maybe off the end of the bat, because the ball certainly didn't carry. He had his home run type swing, but couldn't get it out of here. He does have a classic home run type swing.
Here's Bernie Williams. Bernie has really come alive on this road trip. 10 for his last 24, 12 for his last 26. Jeter goes. The pitch is outside. The throw to second is in time. Good tag by the shortstop Davy Cruz, and Jeter's caught stealing 2-6. So Derek trying to get into scoring position, gets gunned down by Machado. Good pitch to throw. And it was close, bang, bang. But Tim Cheetah says, you are out. Yankees get a run, 2 hits, no errors, and because of the caught stealing, nobody left. 1-0. The New York Yankees, the world's most successful sports franchise, are celebrating their historic 100th anniversary in 2003. On Monday, August 25th, the first 18,000 fans in attendance will receive a Yankees notebook, courtesy of the 2003 MTV Video Music Awards. Come out to Yankee Stadium and join in the celebration of 100 years of greatness. Well, Derek Jeter gets thrown out trying to steal, and it was a bang-bang play at second base.
Yeah, I believe if Derek's left foot makes contact with the bag, he's safe. But you see how his left foot goes over the bag, and he makes contact with his right foot. His left foot is there ahead of the tag, but it goes over the bag, and there's the tag before his right foot gets to it.
Let's take a look at the Orioles lineup that Mike Mussina is going to face. Mussina has a 1-0 lead. The Orioles lead off their second baseman, Brian Roberts. Luis Matos, the center fielder, will bat second. Good numbers against Mussina. Limited duty, though, 3 for 9. 1 of the 3 a home run. B.J. Surhoff, the first baseman, will hit third. Batting fourth and playing right field, Jay Gibbons. Tony Batista at third base will hit fifth. Batting sixth and playing left field, Larry Bigby. Davey Cruz, the shortstop, hit seventh. Batting eighth and DHing, Jack Cust. And Robert Machado will catch, and he will bat ninth.
Numbers on Mike Mussina, looking for his 14th win of the year. 31 walks, 151 strikeouts.
Not too bad.
Not too bad at all.
And the pitch to Brian Roberts is a strike.
Pitching scouting report brought to you by the Bank of America. Mike Mussina closing in on 200 wins. He's got 195 in the bank right now. Lefty batters are hitting only 219 against him. Base stealers only 5 for 13.
A couple of Yankees closing in on 200 because David Wells, I believe, is 3 away. And now Mike Mussina 5 away. And one Yankee already hit a milestone this year. Roger Clemens got his 300th win. Here's a strike. Mussina is young enough, Kenny, that he might have an outside chance at 300. He has to stay healthy, obviously, and has to want to pitch 5 or 6 more years.
You know, the thing about it, if he doesn't make 300 victories, he'll get close. Is that I think his the lack of ability to win 20 in seasons. That's you know, the Rocket was won 8 times. He's won 20.
Right.
I have to count that up. I'm not really sure, but the fact is that that's how you really get close to that mark.
Grounded to third. Knocked down by Boone. He has no play. We'll see how they score it. That's a play that he would say he could make. But here with hometown cooking, they might give a base hit.
And I think also with Roberts' speed, that has to enter into it because he was moving away from the play as he's getting the ball. Couple of hops. There's the backhand try at the stop, and that's going to be ruled an error.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's been doing a great job at third base, despite initially slumping at the plate. He has not taken it out on the field, but there's an E5. I'm sure Mr. Roberts will make a call up to the official score a little bit later on. And Matos pops one up. Nick Johnson gives chase, but it's out of play. Let's take a look at the Yankee defense. Matsui, Williams, and Garcia left to right. Garcia making his 8th start in right field. Boone, Jeter, Soriano, and Johnson left to right in the infield. Posada behind the plate. And on the mound is Mike Mussina.
By the way, 6 times Roger Clemens, 20 or more victories.
Mike Mussina might be the best pitcher never to win 20 because his stuff is absolutely electric, and it would seem that he would be an easy candidate for 20 because he's always pitched on pretty good teams, the Orioles and the Yankees, but it has not happened. He's had great years, but that magic number 20 has not been hit.
I thought it would be this season when he got off to
7-0.
7-0. Good matchup here. Mussina holds runners. Roberts a good base stealer.
Fouled away.
In fact, last night the Yankees caught Roberts stealing. Only the 3rd time he's been caught. 18 successful steals. So right here you have the pitcher on the mound. There's only been 5 stolen bases against Mike Mussina in 13 attempts. So he does a good job for a right-handed pitcher of holding runners. There are only 13 attempts against him. You know, a lot of times runners, even the speedy runners, get over there. They won't go if they don't feel they can get the jump.
And the 0-2. Low, 1-2. Mussina obviously has dominated here at Camden Yards. 75 wins here in this ballpark, and that's 32 more than any other pitcher. And the majority of those 75 obviously in an Oriole uniform, so he's had more opportunities to win here. But he certainly did his end of it. Mussina usually works a lot quicker than this, but he has slowed down against Matos with the count 1-2. Keeping Roberts close. Yankees lead 1-0. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Long drive to left, but foul. Interesting stat about Mussina. It's hard to read into this one other than that he brings his game up to the level of his competition. When he's pitching against teams above 500, Mussina is 7-0 with a 1.91. And teams under 500, 6-6 with a 4.60.
Well, that's hard to explain.
Other pitchers, it's the other way around. And that would be an indictment of them while they don't pitch well against good teams. Mussina's the complete opposite.
You know, Matos at the plate is putting a rugged at bat on Mike Mussina, spoiling some tough pitches. Matos, as we've mentioned during the course of this series, has become a much better hitter. He was the one that homered in the bottom of the ninth to tie the game last night against Mariano Rivera. And by the way, that's the first time in Mariano's career as a reliever he has given up home runs in back-to-back games. That's impressive.
One-two. He struck him out. Breaking ball of some sort, maybe even the knuckle change, but had good movement down and away.
Yeah, Mussina has several breaking pitches, and he throws them from different angles. So his same breaking ball can come up there at different angles and become maybe 2 or 3 different pitches. So when you add them all up, he's got 7 or 8 pitches. This one, he took something off. Matos out in front, sped up his bat during the whole course of his at bat, then slowed it down and struck him out. Saved it just for the right time.
There's B.J. Surhoff. You know, we mentioned how Mussina pitches against teams above 500. The Yankees have also dominated teams above 500, but not as much as they have against teams below. They're 29-21 against teams above 500, which is very, very good. So they're 8 games over in those games. And they're 45-26 against teams below 500. So they're beating up on the teams that they should beat up on and playing pretty good baseball against the teams above 500. And that's how you have the best record in the American League. The 0-1. And there's a strike.
Well spotted pitches right from the start. Surhoff is a tough out, though. Leading the major leagues in batting in at-bats in which he has 2 strikes. That's not easy. That's Tony Gwynn-like.
349 average. And you can see those that follow him. And the major league average, if you have 2 strikes on you, an incredible 188.
Yeah, that's... Hitters are very defensive with 2 strikes.
The 0-2. He struck him out. 2-way.
You saw the defensive type swing, just trying to stay alive. And Surhoff put away. He pitched it last night, struck out, and Mussina used here. That's, boy, nice passing fastball, and it was a strike on the outside corner. Good movement, too. Velocity and movement in a weak hack.
Here's Jay Gibbons, and they are batting in their proper order right now. Chop toward first. Nick Johnson there. He fields, and it's a foul ball. Nick actually waited too long for that to come down, and when it came down, it was in foul territory. If he had gone to get it, he would have made the catch in fair territory. But maybe it was impossible with the high chop.
Now remember, it's not where Nick is, it's where the ball is. And yeah, you can see that's a foul ball.
So if he had just moved up to there and made the catch when it came down on the high hop, the out would have been made.
Gibbons didn't like the call. I'll tell you, he's looking very sharp in the early going here. That's a nasty pitch. Jeez. When you're up there in this situation, you're thinking to yourself, if it's going to be like this all day, I'm not going to have much of a chance.
He's thrown 16 pitches in this inning, 13 strikes. So he's dealing. Gibbons 5 for 11 lifetime against Mussina. Gibbons a good player.
Yeah, and an improving player. That's the thing about it. I think he's got future All-Star written on him.
Popped up behind the plate and out of play.
And not only has his offensive ability improved in the league, his defensive ability has improved as well.
Runner goes, and the pitch is outside. The throw to second is in time. Good throw by Posada, and a good tag by Jeter. So Roberts is out trying to steal 2-6. Good pitch for Posada to throw on. He does. And they get him. No runs, no hits, one error, and nobody left on base. We played one. It's 1-0 Yankees right here on Yes.
Come on in, Derek. I thought we discussed this thing and had it all worked out. You're our starting shortstop. How can you possibly afford to spend 2 nights dancing, 2 nights eating out, and 3 nights just carousing with your friends? Oh.
If you want to enjoy the New York nightlife, bring your Visa card, because Orso, Cheetah, and the Broome Street Bar don't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
We go to the second inning here at Camden Yards, and Bernie Williams will lead off. Remember, Bernie was at the plate when Derek Jeter got thrown out trying to steal to end the top of the first. Yankees lead 1-0. Mussina with a strong bottom of the first inning. Rodrigo Lopez deals. And there's a strike. Bernie finding his stroke, 327 midway through August. Did not have a great July coming off the DL. The 0-1. Chop slowly, foul. In case you missed the pregame, Yankees did make a roster move. Todd Zeile was designated for assignment, and Jorge DePaula, who'd been at AAA the entire season, a right-handed pitcher, is called up. The reason they needed another pitcher is that their bullpen is just exhausted. Mariano Rivera is not available today. Neither is Jeff Nelson, and neither is Sterling Hitchcock, who started and pitched 6 innings yesterday.
I talked to Hitchcock before the game today, and he did an outstanding job starting the game for the Yankees last night. And I asked him how he felt day after. He says, I'm a little stiff, but it's a good stiff. You know, he worked well.
One-two. Strike 3 inside corner. Williams down looking. Today, after the postgame, the Staten Island Yankees return to Yes when they battle the Marlins single-A affiliate, Jamestown Jammers. Join Bob Papa and Bobby Mercer as they call all the action live from Richmond County Bank Ballpark. The Jamestown Jammers versus the Staten Island Yankees today after the postgame. That's right here on Yes. Yesterday they had a pretty exciting night in Staten Island. as Jose Contreras in a rehab start went 7 innings and struck out 15, did not walk a batter. Pitch to Matsui's inside. He threw 88 pitches in that game. Yankees have to decide what the next move is. Probably they'll start him at a higher level of their minor leagues. But so far so good for Jose Contreras. The 1-0. A strike.
Prior to the game today, I met an old friend of mine from Japan, Fuchan Fujisawa, who I met back in 1979 on an all-star tour. And he works in the media back in Japan, but he's here in Baltimore. Every 2 or 3 years, he makes a trip through the States and watches a few games. And he's here at Camden Yards. And I had the opportunity to introduce him to Hideki before the game. And it was a big thrill for Fuchan to meet Hideki. And Hideki was nice enough.
Ground ball to second. Roberts is right there, 2 away.
To talk to him for 10 minutes. Of course, I had really no idea what they were talking about, but that was a big thrill for him and his young son, Tomohiro.
Matsui, very gracious.
Yes, he is.
Very nice guy. Handles himself with grace. And believe me, he is constantly under scrutiny. An entire country watches his every move. And he doesn't seem to be unnerved by it at all. In fact, he embraces it because it's all he's really ever known. From the time he came out of high school, went right to the Yomiuri Giants, he was the biggest thing in Japan. And if anything, coming over to the States and doing it as well as he's done, he's probably become bigger. Here's Jorge Posada. And there's a strike. This is Posada's 32nd birthday. So happy birthday to him.
And Michael, I told you before the game, too, I went back inside to thank him for talking to my friend. And I was talking to his interpreter, Roger, to pass those wishes along. And before I finished, Hideki said, "Oh, no problem."
He's certainly learning English at an alarmingly quick rate. Still not comfortable to converse in it. But when you're asking the question and Roger's interpreting it, he's actually listening to you ask the question to Roger, formulating his answer already, which is a pretty shrewd way to go about it.
So which that tells you he's learning a lot, and he knows what you're talking about to begin with.
Right. One-two. Slow chopper toward first. Fielded there by Surhoff. He flips to Lopez, and that will do it. Well, the Yankees go down 1-2-3 against Rodrigo Lopez and the Orioles. We go to the bottom of the second inning at Camden Yards. The New York Yankees 1, the Baltimore Orioles 0. Well, fans, it's a long-time Yankees tradition. This Tuesday night, it's cap night. The first 18,000 fans in attendance are going to receive a Yankees cap, courtesy of Power Your Way. For tickets, visit the stadium ticket window. Yankees clubhouse shops, call Ticketmaster at 212-307-1212 or log on to Yankees.com. The famous midnight blue cap with the white interlocking NY on the front. Probably the most famous logo in sports. There's one right there. That logo is all over this city. Unbelievable how many Yankee fans there are here. Here's Jay Gibbons, and the pitch is a strike. Remember, Gibbons was at the plate ending the first inning when Brian Roberts got thrown out trying to steal. Fouled away. Kenny and I were talking when we were sitting down to eat before the game about what an economic impact the Yankees must have on a city coming in. And Camden Yards, they've been averaging about 30,000 people per game for this season. Not the case in these games. They're averaging about 45,000 people per game. And this city is really overflowing with Yankee fans. The big part of this city, the downtown area, is the Inner Harbor, which is a couple of blocks away from Camden Yards. And if you took a walk there over any of the past couple of days, you could not move. You could not turn around without bumping into a Yankee fan or a New Yorker. And it's just amazing the amount of money these people are spending in this port. And it really does mean a lot for the city of Baltimore, this 4-game set.
Now, years ago, the Inner Harbor area was not built up. They have 2 pavilions with several shops and restaurants. It just kind of frames the harbor. They've built an ESPN zone. There's Barnes & Noble downtown. There's several new hotels. And it's all within walking distance of the two stadiums. The football stadium is just a few blocks from here, the new football stadium for the Ravens. And you're right, Michael. This place has been alive this weekend.
Popped up. Left side of the infield. Boone is there in foul territory. One away. The Inner Harbor, if you have not been to Baltimore, I guess the best way we can describe it is you take a look at it. It's like New York South Street Seaport. In fact, the same developers that built the South Street Seaport did the job here. And you could take water taxis back and forth. There's an aquarium, and it really is a lovely little area. And when Camden Yards got built, it really energized and revitalized this area and made the downtown a viable option for people that live in the area. Here's Tony Batista.
Yeah, the old ballpark, Memorial Stadium, was on 33rd Street. It was more like a neighborhood setting as opposed to a downtown setting.
I have read stories, Kenny, where economists say that ballparks do not have an effect on the downtown area. And maybe that's the case if you look at all of them ever built. But you cannot tell me that this ballpark and the one built in Cleveland did not re-energize the downtown port. And there's no doubt about it here in Baltimore. Maybe others haven't. I don't know. I don't have the numbers. But I've lived this. I've seen when they played at Memorial Stadium and what this was then and what this area is now with Camden Yards in the middle of it. So it's done a lot for this place. The 1-0. There's a strike.
I think what is comfortable about it for New York fans, it's a beautiful stadium. It's 2 hours on the train or 3 hours by car.
Right.
And you stay for a weekend. You see a series of games. I have some friends of mine from New York in for the weekend. And the first time they've been to Camden Yards, and they've loved it.
Slow roller. Back to Mussina. Be an easy play. He flips to Nick Johnson. 2 away. At the end of yesterday's game, the crowd was on its feet cheering for the final out. There were 48,000 people here. And I don't think we'd be going out on a limb, Kenny, to say there must have been about 25,000 Yankee fans, if not more than that, in the ballpark at that time.
Standing room only all weekend.
Larry Bigby with a ground ball to second. Backing up Soriano. And he puts it away for the final out of the inning. 1-2-3, the Orioles go down. That is a look at the Inner Harbor. Well, they're missing a good ball game. We played 2 here at Camden Yards. Yankees 1, the Orioles nothing. You're watching the Yankees on Yes.
Thank you, fans, once again for making the Yes Network by a wide margin the #1 regional sports network in the tri-state area from sign-on to sign-off. For the Yankees, Nets, and Manchester United, plus center stage, Yankeeography, and more, the Yes Network is your home of champions.
Aaron Boone leads off the 3rd inning, and Rodrigo Lopez starts him off with a strike. Yankees lead 1-0. Yankees got that run in the 1st inning, a double by Soriano. Nick Johnson hit the ball to the right side, moving Soriano to 3rd. Then Derek Jeter with a single to center field. That's a 1-0 Yankee lead. Grounded to short. Davy Cruz. Low, but a nice backhand scoop by Surhoff. 1 away.
Yeah, Surhoff's done a good job over at first base as Cruz points over to him and thanks him. Surhoff has not played much first base. With Jeff Conine on the bench, he's filled in. And Surhoff hadn't really played over there since 1997. 6 years ago. Nice scoop here, and saves an error for the Baltimore shortstop.
Here's Karim Garcia. Only 0 for 2 on this trip. This is the 7th game of the trip. His playing time has been usurped by David DeLucci in right field.
It was Garcia who started that relay last night that led to the final out of the game. And, the keys to any play at the plate, getting anybody out anywhere in the infield, is that first throw to the cutoff man. And he made an excellent throw to Soriano. And that started the final play of the game. One thing that surprised me about Garcia, The last time we were here, he threw out a runner at second base. I think it was Brooke Fordyce. He's got a strong throwing arm.
Grounded foul behind the plate, and the count 2-1.
He got over and cut the ball off in the gap. And wheeled and fired to Soriano, and then Jack Cuss was falling down twice. Ended up short.
Fouled straight back here, 2-2.
You know, you work on those relay plays in spring training, and everybody says, "Oh, we got to do those again." You know, and outfielders are running to the gaps and, you know, looking for the man to throw to. But then you do all of that because it becomes second nature, and it can save you a game. And that's exactly what happened on the last play of the game last night. I used to hate those things.
I bet it's hot.
Well, it's hot. You're running. You know, nobody's running the bases. You're just doing it for fun. You know, you've done it before. But it's all muscle memory.
3-2. Missed outside. Karim Garcia walks. Hey, Yankee fans, get all the latest Yankees news at YesNetwork.com. Log on today and check out Charlie Steiner's answers to your online questions. For more scores, information, and to get Yes gear, log on to YesNetwork.com.
Yeah, Mike Hargrove trying to get something going. Didn't agree with home plate umpire Mike Fichter, not on this previous pitch, but 2 pitches ago. He thought this was a strike and Garcia should be back in the dugout. Nah. What do they say? Just a little outside?
Just a bit outside. Here's Soriano, led off the game with a ground rule double that bounced over the wall in left field right down the line. And the pitch is inside. Hargrove is desperately trying to save his job. He's in the final year of his contract, and they have not approached him about re-upping. So there's some concern on his end whether he's coming back. And the worst part for Mike Hargrove, Kenny, is that more than 25% of his remaining games are against the Yankees. And you see his resume there, a good 12-year major league career, a .290 hitter, AL Rookie of the Year in '74, an All-Star the next year. His 13th season as manager, 5th with Baltimore, and he's over 500 as a manager. Also got his Indians to a World Series that they didn't win. Got him to 2 World Series they didn't win. 1-1.
You know, the thing about it, we saw his record winning percentage at .512. It was much higher in Cleveland because he had a lot better players in Cleveland. There's no doubt about it. You know, one thing, you look at a manager and you say, did he improve the team while he was here? You know, if they get rid of him, did he improve the team? And I think this team has gotten better than it was last year. I mean, their offense is certainly better. I think where they've been let down this year has been their pitching.
Line drive down the left field line. That is going to be a base hit. It goes into the corner and up against the wall. Bigby plays the Karim, fires it in. Stopping at third is Garcia. And with his second double in 3 innings, Alfonso Soriano.
Well, maybe things starting to look up for Alfonso Soriano. We mentioned he was 2 for 17 coming into this game, but that pitch is right there. And he tees it up for another solid line drive into the corner. Now, his first one actually hopped over the wall for a ground rule double. He now has 25 doubles on the year, 24th, 25th doubles this season. The Yankees are in business here in the 3rd inning.
With Nick Johnson up and 1 out, they have to play the infield back. You don't want to bring it in, have a ground ball trickle through and cost yourself 2 runs. So a ground ball by Nick Johnson would get him an RBI, give the Yankees a 2-0 lead. A little bit low. Nixon's April 15th at .324 with hitters and runners in scoring position. .255 overall. 2 Yankees over 300, and that's Matsui and Jeter in those situations.
Lopez has to make a choice here. There's one out. There's a base open. Does he pitch carefully to Nick Johnson and walk him like everybody else has been doing in this series? But he'll bring up Derek Jeter next with the bases loaded.
There's a strike on a breaking ball, and the count is even at 1-1.
You're starting to hear the "Let's Go Yankee" cheers.
High fly ball center field. Garcia tags. The catch is made by Matos. Here's the throw. Here's the play. He's out. Oh, what a throw by Luis Matos to complete the double play. A medium range fly ball, and Matos threw a bullet to Machado, who tagged out a sliding Karim Garcia for the final out of the inning. Pretty good play. Matos makes the catch coming in and unleashes a strong throw on one hop. And Garcia is out. No runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the third inning at Camden Yards. It's the Yankees 1 and the Orioles nothing. Davy Cruz leads off the bottom of the third inning, and there's a strike. We're going to take another look at that play at home plate. And if you're a Yankee fan, it will anger you just a bit because the replay will show that Karim Garcia was in fact safe, but we'll show you that in a moment. The 0-1.
Well, first of all, when you look at this play, the umpire's back here. His view is blocked by the catcher. The catcher's not blocking home plate. It's wide open for the foot of Garcia, which gets in. See, they still haven't tagged him yet.
Line drive at Jeter. A nice play on one hop. Gobbles it up across the diamond. One away.
Okay, now the umpire's view is blocked on this play. Here comes Mike Victor. He's going to swing around this way, and he can't get there in time to see the play. Garcia is definitely in there. The catcher, Machado, should be up here blocking the plate. He wasn't. He leaves it open. There's the foot in there. The tag has not been made as of yet. Garcia was safe.
Garcia didn't argue. And Mike Victor makes an emphatic out call. Here's Jack Cust. The pitch is outside. Jack Cust said after the game yesterday, he was the one who fell down at home plate. He said never in his career, professional, amateur, did he ever find himself safe after a rundown. He said, when I saw home plate open, I couldn't believe it. I'm safe, but he just couldn't make it. He tripped and fell. Aaron Boone applied the tag, and that was the ending of the end of the 12-inning game where the Yankees won 5-4 last night. And the 1-1. There's a strike.
That play at home plate was all about positioning, and Machado wasn't up to block it, and Victor kind of swung around to the wrong side.
Catchers do not like to block the plate anymore. It's a lost art. Cust goes down on strikes, 2 away.
Number 72.
Just for old time's sake, Kenny, why don't we look at the last play from last night again?
Well, here he is in the rundown after the first time that he fell down. Home plate is open. Closing time came early.
You think the legs just gave out there?
Something gave out. Turf, legs. Now here's a little more lengthy view of the rundown. And Aaron Boone, give him credit. He realized that, you know, he was the only one who could do something about it.
Pitch to Machado is a strike.
Well, we had on that play, Jeff Nelson was at third base. The pitcher, and Nick Johnson had run over to third base too. There was nobody home.
And the job of Nick Johnson and Jeff Nelson is to be at home plate.
Protect home plate. One of them has to protect home plate.
In fact, they should both be there in case the rundown goes a couple of throws and another one takes over and Then the whole defense rotates around again. That was a breakdown, and the Yankees luckily caught a break when Cuss fell down. Robert Machado looks at a strike 3. And boy, does Mike Mussina look strong this afternoon. Another 1-2-3 inning. Through 9, he is not allowed a base hit. He also has 4 strikeouts. He also has a 1-0 lead as we go to the 4th here on Yes.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Here's tonight's starting lineup on the Yes Network, the home of champions.
Top of the 4th inning, time to take a look at the Aflac trivia question before Derek Jeter gets into the right-handed batter's box. And the question is, before John Flaherty and Jorge Posada, who was the last Yankee catcher to hit 2 home runs in 1 game? Flaherty hit 2 last night. Posada's done it several times. We need to know, before Posada, who was the last Yankee catcher to do it? We will tell you in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's Derek Jeter. Jeter bunt straight up in the air. No one will get that. In fact, it's over the screen and in the seats.
Derek thinking that he might have had Tony Batista back a bit too far.
Kenny Mussina looks like he has very good stuff.
Not only that, good stuff and excellent location.
And also, you couple it in with this. You're playing a team, while not demoralized, has certainly been chagrined at the way they've lost these last 3 games. And you don't know what they're bringing to the party for an afternoon game that really doesn't mean anything for them. And the count 0-2. Mussina has thrown 31 strikes or 30 strikes and 7 balls. So his ratio is outstanding.
30 out of the first 37 of his strikes.
Kenny, I'm curious, and you played here for a while. All afternoon games around the American League start at 1:05 on Sunday. Why does it start at 1:30 here?
Well, it used to be you couldn't start a game till 2:05, and it's blue laws here in Maryland that. So I guess they split the difference and said 1:35 when the Orioles proposed to start them like everybody else.
And the 0-2. There's a base hit up the middle for Jeter. He's now 2 for 2. Kenny, what are blue laws for those that don't know?
Well, blue laws are Sunday laws in which, you know, what happens is that I think that the churches in the area, you know, they won't have good attendance. I mean, if you start these games too early, people aren't going to attend services. And so the fact is that they still want to have you know, good attendance at the churches. And what the blue laws, you can't start a game too early.
And when you played, it was 2:05 starts.
Yeah.
Right? Here's Giambi. 1-0 Yankees. Jeter's second hit the Yankees' 4th. And there's a strike. They've turned the lights on here at Camden Yards. A little bit overcast, cloudy. If that game would have gone on last night, if Jack Cust didn't fall, the skies opened up about 25 minutes, a half hour later, and it rained all night. So that was a propitious time for that game to end. Foul back. Giambi got off to such a poor start, and his numbers now are so outstanding. And you look where he ranks. 35 home runs, that's first. 93 ribbies, that's 5th. 103 walks, that's first. A .429 on-base percentage, also first. And last night, game-winning home run is 23rd go-ahead RBI, which is 3rd in the American League. And that's behind Matsui and Delgado. And again, Kenny, his first 6 weeks were such empty weeks for him. And for him to get those numbers up to where they are, he has been on a tear. One, two, just missed inside.
And right now he's facing a former tomato grower. Rodrigo Lopez pitched for the Culiacan Tomato Growers in the Mexican League. Had a brief shot with the San Diego Padres. The Orioles signed him actually after Winter League session in Mexico. Look out, did it hit him?
It goes all the way to the backstop as Jeter moves to second.
That's 2 pitches in a row in on Giambi. This one even closer than last. He's really trying to get it inside. You saw the target off the glove of Machado, back to the screen. That's a wild pitch. And while Rodrigo Lopez pitched for the Tomato Growers years ago, if he had pitched for the Orioles, he might have been able to add some expertise to Pat Santarone and Earl Weaver, who had tomato growing contests during the course of the season over at Memorial Stadium. Who could grow the best tomatoes out by the bullpen?
And who won?
Well, you know, Earl usually won, you know, because he'd go down and cut Pat's tomatoes during the course of the year.
Somewhat competitive.
Wasn't it?
Pitch is inside. So Giambi walks, and the Yankees have runners on first and second, and nobody out. That's Giambi's 104th walk of the year.
By the way, that number 4 was in the Oriole dugouts. Earl Weaver's former number. Of course, he's a Hall of Fame manager now, and that number put on the dugout. The only thing, it's very staid and very quiet in that dugout compared to the way it used to be.
So what should they have done? Put like a tape recording of him screaming?
Oh my goodness. He could put on a show being thrown out of a ball game. You know, Mike Hargrove, a pretty good show the other night. Threw his hat, threw the, you know, the batting donut. But Earl was showman into it. I remember as he was getting towards the last bit of his tenure, he went out to argue with an umpire. He was out there a good 10-15 minutes arguing, kicking dirt. He came back in, he was gassed. He was breathless, gasping for air, and he says, I can't stay out there as long as I used to.
He couldn't give you the length.
Yeah.
Well, Mark Wiley's out there for a while now talking with Rodrigo Lopez, and he's joined by Mike Fichter, the home plate umpire. And I'll tell you what, they are not breaking that conference up as quick as they should. Fichter's been out there for a while. Now, finally, they do break it up. Lopez, in contrast to Mussina, has thrown 52 pitches, 32 strikes. I don't think they're in love with Fichter's strike zone today.
And there's some venom coming out of the dugout.
Well, they should see the replay of Garcia being safe, and maybe they'd be happier. First and second, nobody out. We're in the top of the 4th inning here at Camden Yards. Yankees looking for a 4-game sweep, which would give them a 5-2 road trip. Fly ball to center field. Backing up is Matos. He's there. Jeter tags. He'll go to third. Giambi's going to second, and the throw is not in time. Heads up base running by Giambi, and the Yankees move up, runners on second and third, 1 out.
Yeah, that is heads up because it takes away the possibility of a ground ball double play ending the inning. Giambi with good hustle following Jeter's move over to third and hustling into second. And if you watch Matos making the catch, he kind of Cadillac back there and caught it while he was gliding. So he couldn't set up and make a strong throw. You see Giambi retreating to first base to tag up. Jeter's already retreated. He's headed there. And here's the throw. And Bernie Williams hit it far enough that Giambi could get into second. Good base running.
Juan Matsui excels with a runner at third base and left less than 2 outs, and that's what he has right here. And the pitch is a strike. "26 out of 37 times. That's 70%. Matsui has gotten the runner in from third with less than 2 outs. That's outstanding. Infield is back. And the 0-1 outside.
Rick Bauer says Matsui does not have a panic. He doesn't have a panic button while he's up there.
Matsui is the Yankees' leading hitter in these situations with runners in scoring position, 341. And Jeter's the only other Yankee over 300 in these situations. Yankees have the third worst average with runners in scoring position. The Tigers are the worst at 212, the Indians at 252, and the Yankees at 257. Yankees score their runs, though, because they have so many runners on base. High on base percentage, pretty high batting averages. And they also hit some home runs, a lot of them. The 1-2 is chopped towards short. That's going to get a run in. The out is made at first. Jeter scores. Giambi moves to third. Matsui does it again, gets the runner in from third base, and the Yankees lead 2-0.
So that's what, 27 of 38 now for Matsui.
I think. Let's see. So 27-38.
Picks up another RBI.
His 88th of the year. And see, Giambi advancing to second was important. That could have been an inning-ending double play.
Yep.
Here's the birthday boy, 32-year-old Jorge Posada. Pitches high. Nothing seems like a pretty big lead the way Mussina's pitching. Although you never know what's going to happen from inning to inning. Right now, Mussina has great stuff.
Yeah, inning to inning, you don't know game to game here. I was thinking about on the way home last night. I mentioned that gentleman who saw his first major league game from Auckland, New Zealand. And I can imagine somebody trying to explain to him what happened when Batista and Gibbons had batted out of turn.
No way.
No
How about
way.
that last play?
Yeah.
Explain that.
Explain that to him.
So they will intentionally walk Posada. And that will bring up Brett Boone. So they're issuing a challenge to Boone. Very clearly, we'd rather face you after falling behind 2-0 on Posada.
I was talking to Aaron Boone before the game in the clubhouse, and neither team took batting practice on the field today. And I asked him if he's feeling better at the plate, and his swings have been a lot better. And this was his best swing as a Yankee, or at least his biggest to this point. Game-winning home run on Friday night. Wrapped around the pole in left field. Originally called foul, but then corrected. It was a fair ball.
Swing and a miss on a breaking ball.
And then after that home run, he came back with 2 hits last night, a double and a single and a run batted in.
37 strikes, 25 balls, 62 pitches overall for Rodrigo Lopez. The Yankees get you into high pitch counts because they take pitches. They work the count. The 0-1. Right back to Lopez. Off Lopez. Grabbed by Cruz. Going to have a tough play. He will not be able to make it. That's a base hit. Giambi scores. Posada moves to second. An RBI single for Boone. And the Yankees lead 3-0.
You talk about little things mean a lot. Giambi moved up on the fly ball. Then he also moved up on the ground ball by Matsui to get to third base. So if he's not at third base, he won't score here. As Lopez slowed it down, Cruz is able to get to it, but it'll turn into an infield single, as Posada's going to be safe at second as well. So if Giambi's not at third to begin with, he does not score. Good base running by Jason Giambi, who's not noted for his base running.
Here's Karim Garcia. Swing and a miss. High fastball. 0-1. So Boone answers the challenge with a single up the middle. And the Yankees add 2 runs to their lead. They're up 3-0. Count 1-1. Hot shot up the middle, a base hit for Karim Garcia. Here comes Posada. He'll score. Moving to third is Boone. The throw not in time. Moving in behind the throw. Garcia. It's an RBI single, and the Yankees have a 4-0 lead.
Excellent base running by the Yankees in this inning. Garcia maybe seizing a chance to take some playing time in right field. DeLucci has kind of cooled off with the bat. Solid base hit will score Posada easily. Aaron Boone aggressively going to third, and Garcia following him, moving up to second base. The throw by Matos will not be in time. Boone showing his speed, gets in easily, and Garcia gets himself in the scoring position.
Here's Soriano, and there's a strike as the Orioles get their bullpen busy. Boone is at third, and Garcia at second. And the 0-1. 1-1. Rick Bauer, the right-hander, warming for the Orioles in their bullpen. One, 1-2.
Soriano a little too anxious, swinging at a pitch out of the strike zone. Kind of hard to get on top of a pitch that's above the line.
Two for two, 2 doubles. His third at bat of the game, the 1-2. Off the end of the bat foul. Mazzilli does a little bit of a dance to get out of the way. And it's still 1-2.
It's Soriano. Yeah, the count would have been even. It's hard to hit a pitch that far outside. His left-handed hitters don't stand that close to the plate.
Great plate coverage. And the 1-2. Missed outside, trying to get him to chase. This time he does not, and this time the count is even at 2-2. Two-2 pitch. High fly ball, center field. Matos coming on, and he'll put it away for the final out of the inning. But the Yankees get 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's the Yankees 4 and the Orioles 0.
On the Emmy Award-winning Yankeeography.
Unbelievable.
The one and only Donnie Baseball.
He just looks so right out there in the uniform and dirty with the eye black.
Yankeeography, Don Mattingly. Tonight at 8:30, only on Yes.
We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Yankees are leading 4-0 over the Orioles, trying to complete a 4-game sweep. Mike Mussina will deal to the top of the Oriole order. Over the first 3, he has not allowed a base hit. The first runner, or the first batter, Brian Roberts, got on an E5, and that's the only runner to reach. There's a strike to Roberts as Mussina continues to throw strike. That's his 31st strike in 38 pitches.
8 of the first 10 batters have seen a first pitch strike.
The 0-1. Low.
Another thing, he has not been behind on the count anytime the at-bat has been decided. That's pitching.
And the count now 2-1. .40 pitches, 31 strikes, and 9 out of the zone. That's outstanding. 2-1. Line drive down the left field line. That's a base hit going the other way by Roberts. Matsui Fields gets the ball in quickly, and he holds Brian Roberts to a single. That's a nice play by Matsui, holding it to a single. Let's take a look now at our Aflac trivia answer. The question, before John Flaherty last night and Jorge Posada, who's done it several times, who was the last Yankee catcher to hit 2 home runs in one game? Any idea?
I saw the answer on the notes today.
I did too, but I'll fake it. I think it's Mike Stanley. And Mike hit 3 home runs. I believe that was in the first game of a doubleheader against the Indians, August 10th, 1995. And that was the beginning of that great Yankee run to get to the wild card. And the pitch to Matos is low, 1-0.
Well, Roberts getting that hit, the first hit that Baltimore has gotten in the game, it was also the first time that Mike Mussina was behind on the count in the deciding pitch of an at-bat. It shows you how important it is for a pitcher to be ahead on counts.
Good pitch right inside corner, and the count 1-1.
Well, we'll see if Baltimore decides to still be aggressive on the bases. Roberts has been thrown out once today, twice in this series. He'd come in being thrown out only twice in 18 attempts coming into the series. But the Yankees have kind of shut him down a bit. He had 4 stolen bases against the Yankees. Sometimes base stealers get a little gun shy. They don't. They've been thrown out a few times. Maybe they're not quite as aggressive. You know, the great Ricky Henderson used to say, "You get thrown out, you keep going."
You can't have a guilty conscience about it. Just go. There's a certain arrogance when it comes to greatness, and I think the two are tied together.
18 stolen bases. He had been caught twice coming into this series.
Foul back, still 2-2.
Yeah, a base stealer has to have that Allen Iverson feel. You miss a few, you keep chucking them up there. You know,
4 for 30, just go. Foul back.
Be careful, you'll tip over.
Modern day conehead.
My goodness, that's going to be tough to do.
I think that's the Larry Bigby do.
The Bigby do?
Orioles left fielder's hair goes straight up in the air. I don't know why. He's got it flattened down today.
No, he's had his helmet on a couple of times.
Runner goes. Fly ball to center field. Bernie Williams is there, and he'll put it away. And as Roberts retreats to first.
Still showing signs of aggression as he took off for second. Matos put the ball in play. Roberts is going to be a good player, you know, and prior to the game, we talked about the other night, Jerry Harrison coming. Jerry Harrison's here. I talked to him before the game, coming back from a broken foot, and he was working out before the game, and he expects to be activated around September 1st. It's going to be very interesting to see what the Orioles do here. Because Roberts has done a good job. Harrison was having a good season before he broke his foot. He's kind of bored just sitting around, rehabbing for a few months.
Surhoff, ground ball through the right side for a base hit. Roberts round second. He'll stop right there as Garcia comes up throwing it. You know, I thought that Harrison did something real smart, as you'll see the ground ball through the right side by Surhoff, perfectly placed. He went up to Roberts. He said, listen, Brian, what's going to happen, it's going to be Hargrove's decision. It's not going to be ours. Doesn't mean it has to affect the way we get along with each other. Let's just do what we have to do and let them pick who they want to pick. Which is a way to take the animosity out of it, although you're both going for the same job. Here's Gibbons. Runners on first and second with one out. Fly ball deep to left center field. Going back, Bernie Williams. Still back. On the track, he makes the play right in front of the wall as both runners retreat. Gibbons gave it a ride, but Bernie ran it down. One of the deepest parts of the ballpark out there.
Bernie had the glasses in tow, and you saw the glare of the sun as he went back and hauled it in, but he made that play look nice and easy. We've seen this many a time in center field with Bernie Williams out there. An excellent jump to begin with, slows down, gathers himself, makes the catch in the middle of the warning track. There's the glare off the glasses, the concentration. The runners had thought it might get in there, so Bernie gets it back in, and the runners retreat.
Tony Batista grounded back to the mound. That was in the second inning. And the first pitch is upstairs. Mussina wanted that one. He never stares in at the ump like that.
This is the first inning that Mussina's been tested.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Yankees up 4-0. The 1-0. Weak hack and fouled off in front of the plate. 1-1.
Another look at that last pitch, and it appeared to be the knuckle change. Multiple pitches, multiple angles.
1-1. Another fly ball to center field. Bernie Williams is there, and he ties a record held by many. 3 putouts in 1 inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. Mussina works out of his first challenge. We go to the 5th inning. It's 4-0 Yankees.
I'm Fred Hickman. The studio update brought to you by Nissan and your Nissan dealer. AL Central, Royals and the Twins. Twins down 2 games in the standings. What's eating Raul? Nothing. Big fly here. Back-to-back chats. Driving a 16th homer of the year off Rick Reed, a 2-run job. 4-2 Royals there. 5-2 top of the 4th. Michael and Kenny.
Yankees lead the Orioles 4-0 here in the top of the 5th inning, and Mike Hargrove makes the singular call to the bullpen. Singular, the wireless company that fits you best. The day for Rodrigo Lopez is over. He struggled in the 4th inning, allowing 3 runs on 3 hits and stranding 2. So now they go to Rick Bauer. You see Bauer's numbers, this 28th game, a 4.53 ERA. And the pitch to Johnson is a strike.
This is Bauer's third time up with the big club. He's been back and forth to AAA a couple of times, and they're envisioning him as maybe an eventual starter.
Ground ball up the middle. Roberts field. Sets. Fires. Nice play by Brian Roberts. One away.
Roberts coasting to his right and not laboring. Very smooth, takes his time, sets up, and makes the accurate throw to first base. Yeah, you're right. They're going to have a heck of a decision, Mike.
Here's Derek Jeter, 2 for 2 against Lopez. And there's a strike. And the 0-1. Low, 1-1.
And Bauer down to AAA Ottawa made 7 starts, so he could be back into the rotation pitcher for them next year.
Rounded off the foot of Jeter. And the count 1-2. We talked about the Yankees' failure with runners in scoring position this year, but today it's a different story. They've had 10 opportunities, and you'll see the foul ball off Jeter's foot. 10 opportunities, 2 walks, 1 was intentional, and 3 for 8 in the other 8 opportunities. But of the 5 outs registered, 3 resulted in Yankee base runners advancing. So they've had a productive day with runners in scoring position, which is in stark contrast to what they've done all year. 1-2. Strike 3, outside corner. Jeter down looking.
Rick Bauer will hit the target. Micheal sets it outside. Jeter probably looking in. Guarding inside after fouling a ball off his leg, and Bauer paints the outside corner for call strike 3. Bauer about 6'6", 6'7", and all arms and legs as he delivers the pitch to the plate.
Here's Giambi, and the pitch is low. Little Mark Fidrich look to Rick Bauer. Foul back.
According to our director, John Moore, he's not fidgeting out on the mound like Fidrich did. And Mark Fidrich, of course, pitched for the Tigers back in the 70s and the 80s, and started an all-star game for the American League, but eventually hurt his arm. And would it be fair to say he was kind of a flash in the pan?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he was pretty good for the game, and he did flame out. He struck him out on a changeup. 1-2-3 inning for Rick Bauer. We've gone 4.5. We're halfway through. Yankees 4 and the Orioles nothing. Yankees looking for a sweep of their 4-game set here at Camden Yards. You're watching Yankees baseball on the Yankee Entertainment and Sports Network. Game is tied at 3, bottom of the 12th. Wendell sets and the pitch. Swung on line drive, base hit to left field. Here comes Tino. He scores, and the Yankees win the game. A big base hit for Jose Vizcaíno. Oh, what a game here on a Saturday night and Sunday morning in New York City. What a ball game. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Larry Bigby digs in against Mike Mussina. Yankees lead 4-0. Mussina pitching a 2-hitter. And the pitch to Bigby. A little bit upstairs. You see some of the components on this Oriole team that maybe they could build on. A guy like Larry Bigby, a guy like Jake Gibbons, Luis Matos. Those are the pieces they have to put together. Then obviously they have to get some pitching as well. 1-0. Grounded up the middle. Moving to his right, Soriano. 1 away.
Well, fans tomorrow night on Yes join Michael Kay as he sits down with superstar shortstop Alex Rodriguez on an all-new center stage. It's an hour revealing conversation with the Texas Ranger as he discusses his outstanding career, the high price of fame, and much more. Center stage Alex Rodriguez premieres tomorrow night, right after Yankees baseball on Yes. And we know at least one person will be watching, huh?
I didn't know my mom sold those signs here at Camden Yards. Hits the Davy Cruz's high.
That was pretty neat.
That is pretty neat. Also, we want to remind everybody, because of the power outage on Thursday, the premiere of center stage Kevin Costner, not many people in the tri-state area saw that show. So it's going to be on at 7:30 tonight after the Staten Island Yankee game. So you want to stay tuned for that. That's a great show with Costner. Davy Cruz lines a single to center field, so a one-out single. And when I say great show, I don't mean me. Kevin Costner was great.
Yeah, the brief time that we had him in the booth the other night at the Yankee Stadium, he was excellent. He was a lot of fun to have.
He was fun for an hour, let me tell you. Strangely, though, Kenny, I don't know why. The audience holds about 110 people. I think there were 101 women in the audience. Yeah. Very odd, very odd. I don't know why. Just the luck of the draw, the lottery of tickets. Here's Jack Cust. Pitch is high. Our trip to Baltimore, 372 miles. Cust's trip to home, 5 feet. He's not going to live that down for a while.
That video is going to be intact for a long time.
There's a strike. Remember the play in the playoffs, Kenny, where Chuck Knobloch was pointing the first base and Enrique Wilson was on the Indians?
Yeah.
He's stumbling around third base, but he made it home. And here's what Jack Cust did last night.
It kind of reminded you of that, right, didn't it?
But Enrique didn't lose his balance totally, but he stumbled his way home. And you know how mean baseball players could be in kind of their ragging manner. The Yankees were showing highlights of that in the clubhouse in Kansas City, and that play came on. They were watching highlights of all their championships, and they got all over Wilson. Nice running!
But he made it.
He made it.
Yeah.
He made it.
Unlike Jack Cust.
Strike 3. Cust down looking. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
While Cust was in the minor leagues, Baltimore wanted him to be more aggressive. Now, we mentioned the fact he struck out a lot, walked a lot in the minors. But pitchers in the minors, they can't paint like Mike Mussina. With movement to the outside corner. Ball, strike 3. That would have been a tough pitch for any hitter.
Here's Robert Machado. He struck out looking in the 3rd. Swing and a miss. Big healthy cut. Good numbers in AAA. He was called up on July 21st, Machado was. Hitting .335, 8 homers and 38 runs batted in.
Orioles feel that he has a very strong arm now. His mechanics of throwing can be worked on behind the plate. He was out here working with Rick Dempsey the other day prior to the game. What Rick said was that the Machado sometimes does not drive that front shoulder towards the bag at second. He opens up too quickly and relies only on the strength of his arm to get the ball, and the ball will sail towards the right field side of second base. Have to drive that shoulder, point the shoulder at the target much in the same way a pitcher does, then come over the top as a catcher on your throw to second.
Weak hack and a pitch upstairs, swung the ball over his head in the count 1 and 2.
If he's going to swing at a pitch like this, I could almost assure you that Mussina's next pitch will be some sort of teaser to try and get him to chase another one.
Exploit the weakness.
Mussina's much in the same way. He's like Greg Maddux, but with more power. The Maddux goes over that stat sheet before the game and sees who's going to walk, who's not going to walk, who do I have to throw strikes to. And who can I get the chase pitches out of the zone?
1-2. Fouled away.
Remember, Mussina lost to Baltimore and Rodrigo Lopez right here in Camden Yards on July the 1st. And that was his shortest outing of the season. The roles could be reversed today.
Efficient day for Mussina, 49 strikes, 16 out of the zone, 65 pitches. Here we are in the bottom of the 5th with 2 outs. Nice block there by Posada, shifting to his right, and the count levels at 2-2.
And Mussina on July 1st only lasted 2 2/3.
2-2 pitch. Popped it up. Right field. Garcia fighting the sun and puts it away for the final out of the 5th. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. We played 5 full here in Game 4 of this 4-game set. The Yankees lead 4-0 right here on Yes.
Geography. The legend of Louisiana Lightning, Ron Guidry.
I've never seen a pitcher dominate one season the way he did in '78. Thurman wouldn't even put a sign down. He would just go.
Yankeeography, Ron Guidry. Premieres Tuesday at 10:30, only on Yes.
Tuesday night at 10:30 on Yes. Go inside the pinstripes with a look at the life and career of Yankees legend Ron Guidry on an all-new episode of Yankeeography. The owner of one of the single greatest seasons in baseball history, you'll find out the whole story of Louisiana Lightning, who's going to be honored, incidentally, in a ceremony in Yankee Stadium this coming Saturday, which you can also see right here on Yes. Yankeeography, Ron Guidry, premieres right after Yankees baseball Tuesday night, only on Yes. Great career. I'm sure it's going to be a great show. All of those Yankeeographies have been outstanding. They really have. Hasn't been one clinker in the bunch. Pitch to Bernie Williams, grounded right side. Nice stab there by Roberts. 1 away. He's got a lot of range, both left and right.
Nice play going to his left, but watch the tail end. He's going to get what the players call a Sunday hop. About chest high, just reaches out with a glove. If he has to reach down, it's a much tougher play. And there's the throw to first to complete the play.
Here's Matsui. Foul back off the end of the bat. 4-6-1 for the Yankees. 0-3-0 for the Orioles. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Yankees won Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Looking to close this out with a sweep. Put some pressure on the Red Sox, who play Seattle later on. Red Sox won yesterday behind Pedro Martinez, so it stays at 4 in the American League East. And then the Red Sox have to do it all over again at Fenway Park. Oakland first, and then Seattle. Not an easy stretch. Pitch is high. While the Red Sox are doing that, the Yankees will repeat this road trip. Tomorrow, the Kansas City Royals start a 3-game set. And then next Friday, the Baltimore Orioles come in for 3. The 2-1. Low, 3-1.
If the Orioles had to start their season all over again, they might consider playing all-day games.
Why is that?
Hey, because they got an excellent record, 22-15 in day games.
Grounded to first. Surhoff leads Bauer. 2 away. Well, come to Yankee Stadium this Friday, August 22nd, when the Yankees host these Orioles. The first 18,000 fans, 21 and over, are going to receive a 100th anniversary Yankees travel mug, courtesy of Dunkin' Donuts. Now, if you'd like tickets, all you have to do is visit the stadium ticket window. You can go to the Yankees clubhouse stores, or you can call Ticketmaster at 212-307-1212 or log on to Yankees.com. Another sellout at Camden Yards, the 6th of the season, and 3 of them have come in this series. And the total 48,700 have made their way to the ballpark today. Posada takes the strike.
They have mentioned 22 and 15 in day games, 35 and 50 in night games.
Jorge Posada with some fans knowing it's his 32nd birthday. You know, we just gave the attendance today, and 3 of the 6 sellouts that the Orioles have come against the Yankees. Well, the Yankees lead in the major leagues in road attendance. They average 36,230 on the road. So they have become the hottest draw in baseball. Now, we've been talking stats, and Karim Garcia and Mel Stoudemire also perusing the stat package, same one that we get up here. Wondering what that's about. The 1-2. A little bit low.
Maybe checking attendance figures.
Could be. 11 or 12 of the Yankees' last 16 games on the road, Kenny, have been sellouts. Swing and a miss. And Posada down on strikes, and Bauer has looked strong in his 2 innings of relief. Again, the Yankees go down 1-2-3 for the 2nd straight inning. Good movement on that pitch. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning as the Yankees 4 and the Orioles nothing here on Yes.
Purchase any McDonald's extra value meal from July 29th to August 18th and receive a free Yankees player trading card and score the Yankees game card. Prizes include Yankees tickets, a trip to Yankees spring training, 2004 Yankees season tickets, and much more. Visit participating McDonald's for details.
4-zip, Yankees lead. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning in the top of the Orioles order against Mike Mussina. Brian Roberts will lead off. He has reached base twice, once on an E5, and he got the first base hit of the game against Mussina, leadoff single in the 4th inning. And the pitch is outside.
The other night we saw Roberts attempt to bunt a couple of times. In fact, he had a bunt base hit. But I think Mike Mussina himself on the mound is somewhat of a deterrent to somebody who might try for a bunt base hit. I mean, he's a multiple Gold Glove winner, very quick off the mound.
Line drive caught by Nick Johnson, one away. Nick Johnson made some pretty plays this series.
Now, this is a very good one, a searing line drive off the bat of Brian Roberts. Looked like it was ticketed for right field until Nick Johnson said no way. Watch that left hand. I mean the right hand. Well, the left hand too. But the right hand has a glove on it, makes the play, hauls it in. Made it look easy.
Pitch to Matos is upstairs. Well, the Orioles have lost 6 straight. They finished last season having lost 12 in a row, and their finish last season was horrendous. And I think a lot of people here in Baltimore are getting a little bit nervous about the same sort of finish, simply because if you look at the remaining games on their schedule, they play the Red Sox, they play the Mariners, they play the A's, they play the Yankees a lot. And they had a nice start up to this last week and a half. They were closing in on 500, then they lost 3 straight to the Devil Rays and 3 straight to the Yankees. You see they have 4 games at the Yankees, 4 games at Baltimore against the Yankees, and 4 games at New York again. So those are just the games against the Yankees. And you wonder if Hargrove's going to be able to keep his job, because last year they finished so poorly. It might be the same thing this year.
What were they, 4-32?
Yeah, I believe so, and they lost their last 12 in a row.
Yeah, that's not a good way to finish it. All those teams you mentioned, they're playing for something.
Yes. 2-1. And Mike Hargrove's playing for something, a new contract, and there are 2 new guys running the program, Jim Beattie and Mike Flanagan, kind of co-GMs, and Peter Angelo's the owner right there. They want to turn this around, and they have to decide, is Mike Hargrove the guy who's going to be in place when it gets turned around? (3-1). Long fly ball to center field. Going back is Bernie Williams. He's on the track, and he makes the play for the 2nd out of the inning. In fact, Kenny, the 4-32 finish last year was the worst 36-game finish in Major League history. And you see what the Orioles have done the last 5 years. It hasn't been too pretty. And remember, right before that, if you go up here, 97, 96, they were battling the Yankees all the time for the American League pennant, and then it all fell apart. in a big way. And this year they're 57 and 65. Here's B.J. Surhoff against Mussina, and the pitch is outside.
Yeah, one thing Peter Angelos would probably tell you that they're going to get out from beneath a couple of contracts. Albert Bell, Scott Erickson, and they got a lot of money to play with. But you know, you got to spend it wisely. I mean, they spent it on Albert Bell to begin with. Remember that. And Albert unfortunately got hurt. Hasn't played for what? This is third year out. And they've been paying him every single year, $13 million a year.
And the same thing with Erickson.
Yeah.
Erickson, did you know, is dating. I read this.
Oh, where'd you find it? Where'd you see this?
I think it was in page 6. He's dating Lisa Guerrero, who's a new sideline reporter for Monday Night Football. And the 1-2. Swung on a miss, and Surhoff down on strikes. Mussina has really looked sharp today. We played 6 innings here at Camden Yards. It's the Yankees 4 and the Orioles nothing. You're watching Yankees baseball on the Yankee Entertainment and Sports Network. The New York Yankees, the world's most successful sports franchise, are celebrating their historic 100th anniversary in 2003. On Sunday, August 24th, the first 18,000 fans 14 and under will receive a T-shirt courtesy of HIP Health Plans. Come out to Yankee Stadium and join in the celebration of 100 years of greatness.
Yankees action is so hot, it's worth watching twice. And you'll see it all on Yankees Encore. When the game is over, relive the great plays of 2003 Yankees baseball. Yankees Encore. Tonight at 11, only on Yes.
We go to the 7th inning. Aaron Boone leads off against Rick Bauer, who's gone 6 up, 6 down against the Yankees since taking over for Rodrigo Lopez. And the first pitch to Boone is a strike. Boone's 1 for 2, grounded to short, then an infield RBI single behind second base. High fly ball, shallow left field. Backing up is Cruz, 1 away. Want to take this opportunity to thank you fans once again for making the Yes Network by a wide margin the #1 regional sports network in the tri-state area from sign-on to sign-off. For the Yankees, the Nets, and Manchester United, plus Center Stage, Yankeeography, and more, the Yes Network is your home of champions, and we are certainly very, very much in debt to you, tuning into our network only in its 2nd year, and you've been doing it in big numbers, and we really do thank you, and we thank you, every single one of us, from the bottom of our hearts. It means a lot to us. It means that you like what we're doing. Karim Garcia swings and misses in the count 0-1.
I'm sure they like what they've been seeing from the Yankees in this series. Some exciting baseball games going right down to the wire. Great pitching by Mike Mussina today.
We always talk about how resilient the Yankees are. And I think they show their resiliency because, remember, when they left Kansas City, they had lost 2 of 3. That one's hit deep to center field. Going back, Matos on the track at the wall. See ya! It is a solo home run for Karim Garcia. And the Yankees lead is now 5-0. I don't know if you saw it, Kenny, but Garcia pulled a Jack Cuss going around first base. He almost fell flat on his face. He was running so hard. You have to give him credit because he didn't know if the ball was going to be gone.
Well, it was a line drive type home run at center field. Look at his teammates looking at him like, don't hurt yourself. Well, that ball was smoked.
You know, a lot of players, though, could learn for the way he came out of the box on that.
Yeah, he did run very hard.
And that's why he almost fell flat on his face rounding first base. Hits to Soriano as well.
Here he
Let's
goes.
take a look.
Running hard, thinking double. Oh, he's all right. tell you what, he's making a bid to play some more in the outfield, isn't he? 2 RBIs today.
Well, he finished up last year very strong with the Indians. Remember, right at the end of July, the beginning of August, he had more RBIs than any player in baseball. I think he had 62 RBIs right at the beginning of August to the end of the season. So he can hit. And that home run unnerves Bauer to the point that he walks a guy who's pretty close to unwalkable, Alfonso Soriano.
You know, he's chuckling about it, but one time a former teammate of mine, Leroy Stanton, hit a home run, sprained his ankle running around first base. He's out for a week and a half.
Wow. Here's Nick Johnson, and the pitch is up and away, 1-0. There's a strike. Keeping Soriano close. Soriano might be going. He seems to be extending his lead out there.
Sometimes base runners will give it away, and the great base stealers, they take their leads the same way each time. Sometimes you see them tense up like they're ready to spring.
There he goes. Fouled away.
And it just looked to me like he was thinking about going. I think if Yankee fans can recall Ricky Henderson and all the stolen bases he had with the Yankees and various teams over the years, he took his lead the same way each time. And he would wiggle his fingers, and that's where the tension would go, wiggling the fingers, and he wouldn't really give it away when he was going. And of course, when he did, he usually made it. But if you give it away, that's when pitchers, if they look at you and can sense it, they'll throw over. And that will lessen your chances of making it if you do go. Whoa!
He's anxious.
You know what, Soriano, you know why he's anxious? He hasn't been on base much lately. He's having a good day. He's got a couple of doubles. Here's a chance to add on a stolen base.
Yankees up 5-0. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Runner on with 1 out. Still 1-2. Soriano, as Kenny mentioned, has not been on that much because he's been in a big slump, but he has 28 stolen bases. Carl Crawford has moved way out in front with 37. Crawford of the Devil Rays.
And Carlos Beltran, who's just about uncatchable. He has a great knack for getting a good jump, and his percentage is sky high.
Fly ball right around shortstop. Cruz is there. 2 down. And that'll bring up Derek Jeter.
So far, Bauer's been impressive outside of the home run by Garcia. He's got enough movement on his stuff. He got a nice little sinking fastball. A decent breaking ball. He's somebody who looks like he might be around for a while.
pitch to Jeter. Missed outside.
Now with 2 outs, Soriano certainly might be thinking about getting himself into scoring position. 1 ball, no strikes. Don't really expect Baltimore to pitch out. Got the pitcher in a situation where he has to throw a strike. He still doesn't go. Okay. No pitch out here either.
5-7-1 for the Yankees. 0-3-0 for the Orioles against Mike Mussina. There he goes. The 2-0 outside. The throw to second is not in time, but he overslid the bag and he's out. Roberts kept the tag on Soriano, and once he disconnected with the bag, he was indeed out. So that's called a caught stealing. 2-4. Take a look. He was in there on the initial throw, but he just could not stay connected to the bag. And a heads-up Roberts kept the tag right there, and he was out. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning, but everybody stay right here because you're going to stand up, get up and stretch and honor America as we listen to God Bless America.
From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. From the mountains to the prairies to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet
I'm Fred Hickman. The studio update brought to you by your Tri-State Quality Ford store. Well, the Kansas City Royals will be in here to meet the Yankees tomorrow. The Royals and Twins today in Kansas City, top 5, Twins down 5-2. But Shannon Stewart with a solo homer to write off Darrell May to make it a 5-3 ball game. This 12th of the year. That's where they stand right now as they play the top of the 7th. By the way, the Red Sox and Seattle underway in about 30 minutes time. Burkett and Garcia. Right now, let's get you back to Michael and Kenny.
Well, thank you, Fred. That Central Division is tightening up. The White Sox and the Twins 2 games back of the Royals, and the Twins have taken the first 2 games of that 3-game set. They've had great attendance at Kauffman Stadium for that series. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Mike Mussina has been brilliant, and he will face Jay Gibbons. Mussina's thrown 78 pitches, 56 strikes. And the most that he's thrown pitch-wise in an inning, the first, he's thrown 18. After that, he's been very economical. And there's a strike to Gibbons on the outside corner.
Well, he has a degree in economics from Stanford. I talked to Michael about his choice of going to Stanford University. You know, here's a guy from Montoursville, Pennsylvania, not far up the road from here. And very interesting discussion. He said that he was thinking about Georgia Tech, University of North Carolina. But when he went to pitch, you know, one of these college showcase situations, he said the coaches from Stanford University were very aggressive. And after he went for his visit, he was sold.
And also, you got a chance to go to Stanford on a free ride, kind of jump it. And he actually graduated in just 3 years.
Yeah, he said it was difficult for his parents. They only got to come out and watch him maybe 1 week a year.
1-2. Just missed outside. Gibbons 0 for 2 today. Fouled out to Boone and then flied out to Bernie Williams. Two-two pitch. Missed outside. 3-2. Strike 3 outside corner. Gibbons down looking.
Jay Gibbons not believing the call of Mike Victor, and Mike Mussina, if you give him just a little bit more than outside corner, he's going to exploit it. Watch the target of Posada. It's close enough.
Tough pitch to take with 2 strikes.
When you're a hitter, you don't expect the pitcher to go painting. 3 balls and 2 strikes. All it has to be a part of the ball to get the corner.
Here's Batista. Outside, just off the corner, and the count 1-0.
Not only does he have velocity, but he's got the movement. The ball is moving away from a left-handed hitter.
The 1-0. 2-0. Back. Mike Mussina with his 7 today is up to 158, 1 behind his teammate Roger Clemens, and Pedro Martinez, who pitched yesterday, has resumed the lead, taking over for Clemens at the top with 162. A tight race, should be tight right down the stretch. Roy Halladay is 4th at 144.
None of those pitchers are a day at the beach. I think earlier in the game, Batista tried to get up on top of one. I have to get a step ladder to get that one. Let's see if he goes downstairs, upstairs, downstairs.
Good show.
Yeah.
Went downstairs. And the count full at 3-2. Hit deep to left field. Moving back is Matsui. And he puts it away for the 2nd out of the inning. Hey, Yankee fans, Yankees.com shop has the best selection of Yankees gear, including caps, pullovers, and lots more. Visit Yankees.com and shop online today at the official site of the New York Yankees. A rakish way to wear the Yankee cap.
Oh, we've seen the Yankee caps. We've even seen Yes Network caps around.
There's a strike. Well, you can get that Yes Network gear at YesNetwork.com. Did you know that, Kenny?
Yeah, I do. Including the neat shirts we have on.
That's some good stuff. The 0-1. Popped up. Boone. And he runs out of room. I actually was stopped by somebody who asked me for money the other day on the street, and I was wearing a Yes Network pullover. It says yes. And I shook my head and said no, and the guy said, "That's not what your shirt says."
All right, how much you give him?
Nothing. I said, "Great line."
What'd you tell him? Let me break it down for you this way. N-O.
And the count 1-2. Mussina really dealing. A 3-hit shutout with 2 outs in the 7th inning. Just what the Yankees needed. Remember, they needed length from him today, and that's what he's giving them. He's also giving them an outstanding performance as Bigby goes down on strikes. 8th strikeout of the game for Mussina. Orioles go down in order. Mussina's retired 8 in a row. We go to the 8th inning. It's the Yankees 5 and the Baltimore Orioles nothing.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Here's tonight's starting lineup on the Yes Network, the home of champions.
Let's take a look at our Visa in-game box score. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. Soriano 2 for 3, 2 doubles. Nick Johnson does not have a hit. Derek Jeter 2 for 3, a ribby and a run scored. A lot of zeros down the line. Then Aaron Boone 1 for 3 and an RBI. And Karim Garcia 2 for 2, a home run and 2 runs batted in. That's the Yankees in-game box score sponsored by Visa. Derek Jeter leads off, and he has himself his 3rd base hit of the afternoon. Jumps on the first pitch from Bauer. So Jeter's 3 for 4.
Number 25, the designated hitter, Jason.
And let's see if Jeter does any running with the Yankees up 5-0. I think he'll stay put at first base while Giambi's up there, open up a little bit of a hole on the right side.
Especially because Baltimore does not shift like the other teams do, and try and close that hole up for Giambi. There's a lot of room over here, as Michael's talking about. Usually you'll see the second baseman come here, the shortstop in this situation.
Tries him outside, and the count 1-0. 35 home runs, leads the American League. There's a strike.
Another thing, if Giambi should hit a ground ball or a hard shot through the hole in the right field, you can almost expect Jeter to challenge Gibbons in right. Gibbons is playing very deep for Giambi, as he should be. So that gives Jeter even more time to get himself over to third base.
1-1. Missed outside, staying away from Giambi in the count 2-1. Yep. 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Yankees win this afternoon. The road trip will be completed at 5-2. And they would complete a 4-game sweep. Nice movement away from Giambi. Maybe trying to pull that ball a bit too much. If he strokes it towards center like last night's shot, man, that was impressive too. Game-winning home run.
2-2. Driven out to left field. Bigby has room. One away. Jeter retreats.
Tomorrow night on Yes, the Yankees return to the Bronx to take on the Royals in the first of a 3-game series. Complete coverage begins at 6:30 with Fred Hickman and the Yankees pregame. Then Paul O'Neill joins Bobby Mercer and me as we follow the action beginning at 7. Royals against the Yankees tomorrow night starting at 6:30 only on Yes. So Michael getting a night off tomorrow. Well deserved, I might say.
Thank you. And you're working with Paulie and Bobby.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Here's Bernie Williams. Line drive to left center field. That's going to be trouble. That's a base hit. Cutting it off in the gap is Matos. Jeter rounds third. He'll stop right there. And Bernie is at second with a double. That's a nice play by Matos, keeping it from going to the wall.
Yeah, hustling all the way. If he doesn't glove it, he got there just in time to slow it down, get it back in. Willie Randolph has a sharp eye on what's going on once Bernie Williams hits the ball. This is a double all the way, but Matos will get over on the backhand and then get the ball back in. If that ball eludes him at all, the Yankees have another run.
Now they're going to intentionally walk Matsui, and they'll pitch to Posada with the bases loaded. There's ball 2.
The Yankees can put together an inning here. This will just about put this one out of reach.
Next up is the catcher, number 20, Rick Bauer.
Yankees 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position today with 3 walks. So Posada, who likes hitting with the bases loaded, strides to the plate. He'd like to give himself a 32nd birthday present. His buddy Jeter is at third. Bernie Williams at second. And Hideki Matsui is over at first. 1 man out. We're in the top of the 8th. 5-0 Yankees lead. Outside. Buddy Groom warming for the Orioles.
Posada had an 8-game hitting streak broken last night with a pinch hit appearance. But he's been swinging a very hot bat. And one way you don't swing many pitches out of the zone.
Bauer has really worked himself into a jam. Bases loaded, no place to put Posada. 1 man out and a 2-0 count. And the pitch. Foul back.
Jorge had a good cut. 2 balls and no strikes. That's what you expect. You can really line up a pitcher in these situations. Put him right in your sights. Top run producing catcher in baseball last year with 99 runs batted in.
He's got 67 right now. And the 2-1. A little bat shy right now is Bauer, and the count 3-1, and Posada has a hitter's pitch on its way. And the pitch. Walked him, and that forces in a run. Here comes Jeter down the third baseline. He will touch up. And it's 6-0 Yankees. So for Posada, his 68th RBI. And Mark Wiley, the pitching coach, comes out and talks with Bauer. Yankees always seem to do better against a young pitcher, Kenny, the second time around.
Well, what happens is that, you know, Bauer's been in there now with 1, 2, 3. This is his 4th inning of work. He started off very nicely by retiring the first 6, gave up the home run to Garcia. And since then, he's walked 3, including 1 intentionally. So that.
Next up, the Yankees, the third baseman, number 19, Aaron.
Along with Ken Singleton, I'm Michael Kay. You're watching Yankees baseball on the Yes Network on this Sunday afternoon. We certainly thank you for that. As the Yankees go for the sweep of a 4-game set, they lead 6-0 here in the top of the 8th inning. Bases loaded for Aaron Boone. Mike Mussina has been absolutely brilliant starting for the Yankees. That one's hit deep to left field. Going back is Bigby, and it's going to fall foul. That was off the end of the bat. I think it fooled some of the people in the crowd. Certainly fooled me. I thought it was much deeper than that, but he got out in front.
Let's see what the pitch is, Mike. It's supposed to be a breaking ball down and away, and there it sweeps. It doesn't quite get there, and Boone trying to cover. You know, sometimes you see that pitch too well and you pull off too quickly. That's why you hit it off the end of the bat. But that pitch is certainly a pitch that can be driven a lot better.
And the 0-1. Inside, 1-1. Bauer loses Boone, and you'll see Buddy Groom come on to pitch to Garcia, or Joe might send up Ruben Serra to pinch hit for Garcia. Although they want to give Garcia more time and they want to keep their defense strong, they might keep Garcia in against the lefty. Garcia's had a good day so far. 2 for 2, a home run, 2 ribbies, and a walk. And the 1-2. Still 1-2.
Well, the Yankees are playing with one less move off the bench today. There's only 4 extra men after designating Todd Zeal before the game and bringing up the pitcher. Three players capable of playing right field. Garcia and DeLucci are the better defenders.
1-2. Inside, 2-2. Driven out to right field. Gibbons is there. Tagging is Bernie Williams. Gibbons with the catch. Williams scores. Moving to third is Matsui. It's a sac fly for Boone, his second RBI of the afternoon. And the Yankees lead 7-0.
Good solid at bat by Aaron Boone to drive in a runner from third base. Picking up the RBI. Nice bit of contact with the 2 strikes to get the job done.
And now Mike Hargrove is going to go to his bullpen. So he signals for the left-hander Buddy Groom. That'll do it for Rick Bauer. Groom will be the 3rd pitcher used by the Orioles. So they're going to match up lefty against lefty. Groom against Garcia. Yankees leading 7-0. They have runners on first and third, 2 outs. Looking to really break this open behind a dominant Mike Mussina. Stay right here on Yes. Well, the Orioles bring in Buddy Groom and his orchestra, and this has not been a real good year for Buddy Groom. He's usually been a very effective lefty matchup guy, but not this season.
47th appearance. He holds a major league record, 7 consecutive years with 70 or more appearances, and there are some people that feel that all that is added up as he comes into this season. Kind of struggled somewhat. He was like the #1 situational lefty out of the bullpen. But the situations have not been kind to Buddy Groom as they have been in the past.
Well, the Yankees have runners on the corners, 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Yankees lead 7-0. Mike Mussina has started for the Yankees. He's still in there, and he has been as good as you could possibly be on this Sunday afternoon on his old field. Matsui's at third, Posada at first. Yankees sees Posada's not being held at first. Sherhoff playing behind him. Popped up foul out of play by Garcia. There's a nice little exchange here for Garcia if he wants to play more. If he does well and shows well against his left-hander, it might be a case where Joe thinks, I'm going to play him more. Not bad in the outfield. And right now, right field seems to be an open sweepstakes. That one is hit deep to right field. Going back, Gibbons on the track at the wall. He can't make the play. It bounces into the seats for a ground rule double. 1 run scores. Posada moves to third, and the Yankees lead 8-0.
Wow, what happened on that?
I don't know.
It looked like he had it lined up and maybe lost it in the sun. And the ball bounces on the warning track and into the seats. There's Gibbons.
Wow. Had the sunglasses on, too.
It looks like he's about ready to catch it. Well, you saw the glare off the glasses, but it looked to me like he saw the ball and just couldn't complete the play. That's a hit.
It's a double, another ribby for Garcia, 3 on the day. That must be a helpless feeling. He had no idea where the ball was at the last moment. count quickly 0-2. It does show you how stats are sometimes skewed, because that's a ground rule double. Groom gave up another hit, an inherited base runner, but anybody who's watching the game knows that that's an out. Although Garcia hit the ball hard, that is an out. Not the case. The sun came into play and it turned into a double. The 0-2. He struck him out. So Soriano down on strikes. But the Yankees had 3 big insurance runs against the Orioles. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning here at Camden Yards. It's the Yankees 8, the Orioles nothing. Yankees look headed for a sweep of this 4-game set. The New York Yankees, the world's most successful sports franchise, are celebrating their historic 100th anniversary in 2003. On Saturday, August 23rd, it's Ron Guidry Day at Yankee Stadium. Celebrate the career of Louisiana Lightning as all fans will receive a number 49 pin courtesy of Chase. Come out to Yankee Stadium and join in the celebration of 100 years of greatness. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Let's take a look at the Orioles Visa in-game box score. Sponsored by Visa. It's everywhere you want to be. This is not where the Orioles want to be, on the short end of an 8-0 score. Brian Roberts 1 for 3. B.J. Surhoff 1 for 3. Davy Cruz 1 for 2. That's it. He has faced 3 men over the minimum. He has not walked the batter, and Mike Mussina has been absolutely brilliant. And the pitch to Cruz is a strike. 7 innings, no walks. Mussina's gone to 3 balls only 4 times all game, and Oriole fans do miss the Moose. A homegrown product that they let get away to a division rival. Very hard to figure out.
Winningest pitcher in this ballpark ever. That's what he's done this afternoon. No walks.
Yankees needed length. Their bullpen was pooped after yesterday's 12-inning outing. And he has given them just that. And if you remember on Tuesday, the Yankee bullpen needed length because there was a lengthy game on Monday against the Royals, and that's exactly what Mussina did. He gave them 8 innings. He was brilliant, and he's been brilliant today. Coming up big when they needed him. And the 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. Soriano casually backhands. 1 away. Let's see. That is 9 in a row for Mussina against the Orioles.
Susan Waldman had interviewed Mike a couple of days ago, and Mike was explaining why he pitches so well down the stretch. It seems that every year he finishes strong, both in August and in September. And he said, well, during the course of the year, you have a tendency to figure out what's really working for you during the course of a season and what is not, and what adjustments you have to make, and then you go from there.
Here's Jack Cuss. Rip foul. You know what else I think might have to do with it? And he knows better than us about this. His mechanics are so perfect that he is not wearing himself down by throwing across the body or doing things he shouldn't be doing like other pitchers do. So when it gets to August, he's probably throwing the same way he was in April and May, and he's just as strong. And I think that has something to do with it. He's not tiring out. He's not wearing himself down. He's also a very cerebral pitcher. He gets smarter as the year goes along as well, picking up tendencies and what's working for him and what's not.
And seeing batters over and over again and what they might be doing well and what they're not doing well. You know, he got off to the great start, 7-0 in his first 7 starts, then hit a lull, and that's his adjustment period.
Swing and a miss.
That was nasty.
Mussina was great in April. In May, drops to 2-3. A good June, a bad July, and look at August. He's about to go 3-0 in August. He started the season at 7-0 and looked like, oh, this is his 20-win year. This is his magic season. But he did run into problems at the end of May, losing his next 3 decisions. The 1-2, outside. Bottom of the 8th inning, Yankees 8, the Orioles nothing. And the 2-2 to Cust. Check swing. Did he go? They don't even check with the base umpires. It's 3-2.
You know, the sharpness of on break on this pitch. Watch how Posada has to scramble just to stop it. Man. Some severe bite.
I'd like to talk to the scientist that said that it's an optical illusion.
He never was up there hitting.
Jack Cuss goes down on strikes. It's a hat trick for Cuss, 3 strikeouts. Hey, today after the postgame, the Staten Island Yankees return to yes when they battle the Marlins single-A affiliate, the Jamestown Jammers. Join Bob Papa and Bobby Mercer as they call all the action live from Richmond County Ballpark, or Richmond County Bank Ballpark in Staten Island. The Jamestown Jammers against the Staten Island Yankees today after the postgame, right on yes, and then right after the Staten Island Yankee game, center stage with Kevin Costner. Here's Robert Machado. Pitch is low. Right back to Mussina, knocks it down. Fires to first, and he gets him for the final out of the inning. So 11 in a row for Mussina, and that'll do it in the bottom of the 8th. Mike Mussina has thrown 107 pitches, and he flashes some of the form that won him 5 Gold Gloves. We go to the 9th. It's 8-0 Yankees.
It's Yankees baseball on yes. Tomorrow, the Yankees look to deal out a win as they bring their big clubs to the Bronx to flush out the Royals. Complete pregame coverage starts at 6:30 only on yes.
Well, Mel Stoudemire is making a call to the bullpen. As we said, Mike Mussina's thrown 107 pitches. Does he finish the game? Is Mel just calling a friend? Rich Monteleone is that friend answering the phone, so we'll see if the Yankees get somebody up. As we speak right now, there is nobody throwing. But Mel might be saying, if anybody gets on, I want somebody up. The 0-1 to Johnson is grounded to short, backhanded nicely by Cruz. Sets, fires, got him. Pretty play.
Final play of the inning off the bat of Machado might be a little concern here. We thought the ball might have hit Mussina on the hand. And maybe it got all glove, but he nevertheless got off the mound quickly and makes the play. Here's another look.
Might have gotten a glove.
Seems to be okay walking off the mound, not flexing the fingers or shaking the hand.
I'll tell you what, if it got the hand, there'd be somebody warming up right now. Jeter fouls it away. Jeter has 3 hits today. So Mel Stoudemire made that call to the bullpen, and as we said, right now no one is warming. Mussina has been absolutely brilliant on a day that the Yankees needed him to be absolutely brilliant. 2 days in a row, they've called on him. 2 starts in a row where he had to give him something special, and he has. Another backhand by Cruz, a long throw. They just get Jeter for the 2nd out of the inning.
David Cruz has had a solid year in the field. He's made 2 nice plays here, top of the 9th inning. We first saw him with the Tigers a few years back, and he was very solid. Went on to San Diego. Nice scoop. Gathers himself and has enough arm to make the play.
Pitch to Giambi is a strike from Buddy Groom. And the 0-1. Foul back, 0-2.
Well, the formula, good pitching, hitting with runners in scoring position, getting ahead in the game, and then tacking on runs late has worked almost to perfection for the Yankees today. 4 runs they've scored in the last 2 innings.
1-2. Broken back ground ball to second base. Roberts is there. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Buddy Groom and the Orioles. Last licks for Baltimore, and they'll do it against former teammate Mike Mussina. Mussina's going for a shutout. Right now, 3 hits over 8 innings. Yankees up 8-0.
Commemorate a century of baseball excellence with 100 Years, the official retrospective of the New York Yankees. From Murderers Row of 1927 to the modern dynasties, here is an inimitable portrait of America's team. Just $50 at Yankee Stadium or by calling 1-800-GO-YANKS. Also available at leading retailers nationwide.
Yankees sailing along here in the final game of this 4-game set. Leading the Orioles 8-0. Mike Mussina is trying for the complete game shutout. And Jose Morban will pinch hit for Brian Roberts and takes a first pitch strike. Mussina's last complete game shutout, September 24th of last year against Tampa Bay. He's faced only 3 batters over the minimum. Another strike, and this has been it all day, almost robotic. Always around the plate, always throwing strikes. 73 strikes, 35 balls. Check that, 74 strikes, 35 balls for Mussina. A better than 2-to-1 ratio. And the 0-2 just got a piece of Posada as Morban stays alive.
At Morban pinch hitting, you wonder if anything's wrong with Brian Roberts, the usual leadoff hitter, and we'll take a look at the foul ball. I know that Roberts being worked on in the trainer's room prior to the game, even maybe a leg problem or two, but precautionary move to take him out of the game.
Still sitting on the bench. Maybe just giving Morban a shot against a great pitcher. The 0-2 low.
Ooh, just missed. Mussina staring that one down.
And the 1-2. Slow roller off the mound as Mussina knocks it down and from his knees flips the first, 1 away. He is an extra infielder out there. He's so good with the glove. Well, for the first word after the last out, you have to stick around for the Nissan postgame with Fred Hickman and Susan Waldman. They'll talk about plays like this as Mike Mussina's done everything you could possibly want. They'll give you a detailed analysis of everything in today's game, interviews with players, plus scores and highlights from around the league. The Nissan postgame immediately following the game right here on Yes.
And 12 in a row, retired by Mussina.
Finishing strong. Here's Luis Matos. And the pitch. Fastball high. So the Yankees made a roster move before the game because of their depleted bullpen. They designated Todd Zeile for assignment. Called up minor leaguer from Columbus, Jorge De Paula. And no one's had a stir in the bullpen today. Count 2-0. Now, in all likelihood, by Tuesday, what they'll do with De Paula, they'll send him back down. They'll bring up Juan Rivera, give themselves another outfielder, another bat off the bench. And the 2-0. Line drive down the left field line. That's trouble, but it's foul.
You know, when a pitcher is pitching such a fine game, everybody kind of maintains their posture in the bullpen. Nobody changes seats. You know, the phone is, well, it did ring. But it was one of those just-in-case phone calls.
De Paula talking with Antonio Osuna and also serving as a human ottoman there for a while. 2-1. Fouled away, 2-2. There are a couple of guys that just could not go today. Mariano Rivera, after pitching 3 days in a row, he was out. Jeff Nelson was out. Sterling Hitchcock was out. And they turned their eyes toward Mike Mussina and said, please give us some length today. And he has given them 8 1/3 innings to this point. and a quality 8 1/3. Not like he was taking one for the team. The 2-2. High fly ball, center field. Bernie Williams. 2 away.
Steady diets of fastballs until this. Matos couldn't time it. It was a lazy fly ball to center field. Bernie Williams been busy out there today.
So Mike Mussina tries to finish it off against former teammate B.J. Surhoff. Surhoff's 1 for 3 today. He sandwiched 2 strikeouts around a single to right. And the pitch. There's the strike. Almost mechanical in his efficiency. We told you his last complete game shutout last year against the Devil Rays in late September. So it's been almost a year. The 0-1. Foul back, 0-2. He seems to be 0-2, 1-2 on everybody today.
The location has been excellent. Velocity's there. Movement on his pitches. The complete package. Fans on their feet. Moose calls ringing from the stands here at Camden Yards.
And the 0-2 outside. Mussina has not walked a batter, and just 5 times all day he faced 3 ball counts. Scary good efficiency. And the 1-2. Right back to Mussina. This'll do it. The out is at first. Game over. Yankees win 8-0, and Mike Mussina with a 3-hit complete game shutout, and he faced only 3 batters over the minimum. He was brilliant, and he was just what the Yankees needed on this Sunday afternoon to complete a 4-game sweep of the Orioles.
Split finger fastball. We mentioned he's adding pitches to his arsenal. Nice movement. A topper off the bat of B.J. Surhoff, former teammate, retires him, and a fist pump. Wonderful afternoon of pitching for Mike Mussina.
Now he deserves hearty congratulations, and he gets them from his Yankee teammates. He saved the bullpen, and he completed the 4-game sweep, and the Yankees are now 5-2 on this road trip. Not too bad. So what you'd have to think now, you don't have to go that far to wonder who the player of the game is. And the player of the game brought to you by Saab. Welcome to the state of independence.
Mike Mussina, just brilliant. 9 shutout innings, 3 hits allowed, no walks, and 9 strikeouts. Mike Mussina, our Saab player of the game.
It doesn't get much better than that unless you pitch a no-hitter. So 3 base hits for the Orioles, 3 singles, 1 by Roberts, 1 by Surhoff, and 1 by Davy Cruz, and that's all the Orioles could do against Mike Mussina. Again, he faced 30 batters, just 3 over the minimum, and was absolutely brilliantly efficient in an 8-0 Yankee win over the Orioles. Well, we're going to come back, so you have to stay right here. Remember, the Nissan postgame follows that, but when we come back, we'll break it down. Then we're going to build it back up. We'll tell you everything that went on in this Yankees 8-0 victory over the Orioles here at Camden Yards.